The purpose of this video is to go over how to format a document before you hand it in for class. College professors have certain expectations for the formatting of documents that are handed in as assignments. We'll go over those expectations here. The first expectation is pretty familiar to you, and that is that anything you hand in as an assignment will be written as college sentences. If you're not clear on what I mean by college sentences, check out the video that goes over the parts of college sentences. Other expectations have to do with formatting, things like fonts, sizes, and colors. Let's look at those expectations. Documents handed in for class should be in Times New Roman font. Start by highlighting everything in the document, or if you prefer, you can go to Edit and select all. Then where the font is listed, select Times New Roman. It should be at the top because it's a very popular font. Also, unless the professor says otherwise, the expectation is that your font will be size 12. Finally, professors expect assignments to be handed in black text. So if for some reason your text is in another color, choose this icon and make sure that your text is in black. Again, unless the professor says otherwise, the expectation is that assignments handed in college will be double-spaced. To double-space an answer in Google Docs, again, highlight the text, then choose this icon, line, paragraph, and spacing. Click on it and select double. This will double space your text. When professors give you an assignment, like a paper that should be 2 pages long or 3 pages long, this is what they mean, that the paper should be 2 or 3 pages long in size 12 Times New Roman font, double spaced. You're also expected to run spell check on any paper before you hand it in. Let's look at how to run spell check in Google Docs. In Google Docs at the top, select Tools. Where it says Spelling and Grammar, go to Spelling and Grammar Check. Click on it. Here, it will give you a suggestion for the word that you might be looking for. For example, I wanted to write graphic. I wrote it with an F instead of a PH. So I'll accept that. Same thing with college. Here I wrote I think with a little I instead of a capital I, and the grammar check caught it. Let me accept that to fix it. And then one more spelling issue. Here I wrote a word that's spelled correctly, but it's not the word that I meant. I meant to write brother instead of bother, and the grammar check caught it. I accept to change it. Running spell check every time is a really good way to avoid the kind of small mistakes that can reduce the quality of your assignments. Always run spell check before you turn something in. It's so easy to do and so worth it. If you're handing in a paper in the APA format, your professor might require that you include an APA title page. But if you're just handing in a regular assignment, there's a standard way for you to include your name. At the top of the page and to the left, type your name and the name of the class. If this isn't a formal paper, that should be fine. One last thing to pay attention to is the kind of files that professors can accept. These are the standard file types for submitting to class: .doc, .docx, and .pdf. As long as you're sending your homework file in one of these types, you should have no problem submitting it. Sometimes you're required to send a photograph or an image in assignment. If you are, the best way to send it is as a .jpg file. If you complete your work in Google Docs and you're going to submit it to the professor by downloading it, go to File in the upper left-hand corner, and where it says Download, you can choose what kind of document you want. You can download it as a Microsoft Word file that will be stored on your computer, or as a PDF file that will be stored on your computer. This version will stay on your computer and won't change if you make edits online in the cloud. Okay, now open and complete the formatting practice.